Can you hear me? No? You can hear me, yes. Okay, very good.
Definitely on.
Hello, bonsoir. Welcome to the Potato Wolf Show, Raptures of the Deep. My name is Not Cousteau, and tonight you see me aboard the deep-sea ocean-going bathyscaphe vessel, Potato, as we explore some of the wonders of the ocean floor. These mysterious depths have never before been explored, and tonight we are going to show you things that you have never even dreamed of. Yes, you will meet the crew of the Potato, and yes, we will eat plankton. Now, let me have this nautical chart to see where exactly we are, somewhere down very deep in the water, very deep. I think this is the Madagascar coast, is it not? Yes.
Part number 10.
Yes, these Angolan government charts are not so reliable. So you can see we are. And before we turn on our light, you think we should probably eat some plankton? Yeah. Okay. Ensign Rupp, would you explain what exactly is plankton? No. As I descend into the hatch to eat. Here, speak.
As we move into the environment of the fish, it makes sense for us also to consume plankton. As we move deeper into the ocean, it's important for us also to consume plankton in order to be more at one with our environment. Plankton, of course, sustain whales as well as people.
Very tasty.
Big mammals.
It's important to remember that plankton is food. Food is a very important thing.
Could I have some, please?
Well, of course.
Thank you.
Just put it down here, would you please?
Yes.
Just take it directly through my hole.
I'm sorry we cannot show you these plankton creatures. They are much too small for a television lens. However, if we were to look out of our... Should we turn on the light now? As we switch on the light in our bathyscaphe ocean-going vessel Potato, you see the typical ocean floor.
Was that a dive signal? Was that a dive signal? There it goes again, we're diving.
No. Please, stop the engines. We are in danger of a rupture here. Would you explain to us what sort of fish and creatures we are seeing at this moment?
Actually, I never saw anything like that before.
It's very strange, yes.
I'm not sure what it is. We're so deep now, anything could happen to us.
They look like undersea archetypes.
Undersea architects?
Dream archetypes. Basic dream. than the female principle, which is twin. There's a double female principle. It's
Even
important.
here?
A double.
Even under the sea?
Under the sea
Female
is where you
principle
really see
here.
the double C principle at work.
Don't you
double
see
feminine.
the principle?
It's Edgar Cayce.
Are we wobulating?
Advocate.
I have some interesting comments by Edgar Cayce.
Fish do not have to be large or ugly to be dangerous, and at times the defensive weapons can be unusual in their location.
A ship is operated by a crew.
Most people who have bitten, finned, and had their hands cut by sharp gill covers will look towards the tail area as being a safe part of the fish.
They are trained to make it run day after day, which they often do automatically.
The anal fin is also quite dangerous.
Often do automatically,
What are you seeing, Anthony? Are you seeing some more of these particular kinds of creatures that would interest our television audience?
You may have to go out with these things.
I don't see creatures unless I look in my book first.
I can't see the figure.
Let me introduce you, our ship psychologist.
Psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist, yes.
I don't
We
believe in that
are
normal
down here for many weeks.
I have studied underwater for many years.
And Robert is our ship psychiatrist. He has studied underwater for many
Our
years.
ship psychiatrist.
I did my analysis underwater
Did his analysis underwater?
in scuba gear.
In Mr. Gibbs. And you have been recording the dreams of the crew on board the vessel Potato?
Yes, I have. The Potato crew has had some very peculiar dreams. They dream, and I wrote it
From this casebook here.
This is a casebook, yes. Saw the boat Potato and cousin Ted and his wife very sick. And it seemed something was the matter with Ted,
Something's the matter here.
and he was dead.
Oh, yes. They all
He's
often
not here
have the
anymore,
dreams
no?
of their loved ones that are far away as they are underneath the sea for months and months at a time.
He actually is dead, Ted. That's why we don't have, pardon me, don't have him here. A biological analysis with Ted would have been very interesting.
Well, here, so many thousands of underwater light years below the surface of the water, where the sunlight does not penetrate. Certainly, there is no daylight visible to the human eye, and only light comes from the luminescence of the organisms on the ocean
That
floor.
reminds me, organisms, luminescence, yes, I'm sure.
Yes, the luminescence of the organisms is related to the psychology as well.
I dreamed I saw a luminescent woman, an organism, stretched on a bed spring, sway backwards. I dreamed that something inside of me said, Francis, you will awaken to something different. The different is underwater. The underwater is the very nature of the difference.
Very
It's
nature.
important to remember that one submerges below the surface,
Submerges.
as does submarine, into the subsurface levels. One finds the different. We have the different manifested here itself in three very interesting, unique
Oh,
forms.
we seem to have something coming up here on the scope. Perhaps some sort of
Some sort of. Can we focus?
Where's the
critters.
What are those things?
Where's the scope?
I've never seen anything like that. Fish food.
Certainly, they must have some taxonomic explanations.
I think I have an explanation for it. We are dreaming. This is a dream. This cannot be real. It's impossible. These things are too fantastic. Must come from our subconscious.
I am sure that our television audience is convinced, as I am convinced, that there remains a horticultural explanation for this phenomenon that we are seeing under the ocean floor. These creatures seem to be speaking to us.
Then my brother said to me, "Turn out the light." Meaning the electric lights in our room, of course. This I did, and behold, my father appeared in the bed with strange sea creatures. Now I was at the head, he at the foot of the bed with these strange sea creatures. But although I seemed to recognize his physical form, I certainly did not recognize theirs. Yes, it was strange, as if I hadn't previously seen them. He's got it all.
Yes.
This is very strange indeed. And nevertheless, we are going to have to shortly pause for this message from the multinational corporation that has made the voyage of the ocean-going bathyscaphe potato possible this evening. In very short order, we will return with a full explanation of these manifestations.
Live from outer space, television government. Put him on. Can we get the guy on?
You heard about the mobile report. We're bringing now the news about how the oceans will supersede the land as the form of government. The oceans together with space. I have in my hand a pamphlet by a man from the Space Agency of the United States. It says, the oceans, planetary engineering, and international management. And we know that when we get up in space, we see that the Earth is a large oceanic system, so the government makes sense as an ocean rather than a land-based thing. We don't have landlords, we have ocean lords. And Space Force is the agency for the new regime. Now we have some likely events as Space Force begins to reorganize the world according to the logic of the oceans. And up from the deep, out of the spirit of Moby Dick, comes the new force. One of the likely events is, I'm sure all of you will be happy there, is the reorganization of Iran. So Iran away, or Iran away, simply because Iran sort of runs into its oceanic bodies and its various kind of basins and areas, and each ocean that is present-day Iran becomes a new state. So I ran away, well, I ran into the sea. And then we have another event, say, with Mr. Gaddafi gaining his defeat, where Italy and Libya and other parts of the Mediterranean, all those countries around there, organized around their ocean, as already is being envisioned by people, say, in Geneva, Switzerland, and they organize their ocean as their new state. So again, up from the deep, in the Cousteau spirit, comes a new society, as seen from space, as executed by Space Force of Ocean Planet. The ocean's planetary engineering and international management, or post-national management. So you see in this new state of Libitalia,
In this new state,
the order of the future.
The order
and how
of
shall
the
we do
future.
this but by television?
By
Again, we have
television.
television government, because with television we can see the world. With television we can organize our affairs. We see it all on the screen, and we have a place to go to see it. We have a TV club. This is in our new TV clubs with plenty of signals from around the world, each showing a separate ocean. So, live from outer space comes a vision of the Earth as it truly lives, an oceanic orb.
likely story here. Likely story, a likely story. accident, prone, accident, prone, error.
Hello again. We are back in the sophisticated, ultra-modern bathyscaphe potato. 40,000 meters beneath the ocean floor. Observing the peculiar varieties of life that are found on the ocean floor. We're going to attempt to send out our bathyscaphe psychiatrist into this particular part of the deep. Are you ready? Okay, he is going to try to reach the robot, which is... Yes, dive.
You're going to be experimental, so don't disturb her now.
Is this true? Is this water polluted?
Don't ask them. Any question that you ask them, you're in big trouble. They've got an answer for it. Just don't dive.
There is no pollutants in this water. This is the clearest.
Don't dive down. Don't listen to any of their bullshit. You're in big trouble. Don't touch that thing. It's poisonous. Don't touch that thing. Don't.
These barrels have been there forever.
Please, Ensign Granet, get back to your duties of monitoring the life support system.
I was just trying to save you. This man over there is going to plant something underneath there and blow you up. Really, you know. I mean, look at that man there. What do you think is in that? What do you think is in that container there? You think
that looks to me like the robot that is here abandoned.
The man is working for somebody else.
90 degrees extinction. You can see the various containers of ballast on the side there. This is the chart of our present location.
There's nothing printed on this.
Well, those who can see. Those who cannot see, nothing will help them. Oh, there are more sea creatures. What is your opinion of this, marine biologist, Rupp?
I never saw anything like this. I'm a little frightened. Do you think he's all right down there?
Oh, the ship psychiatrist is eminently competent with this gear.
I'm a little concerned.
Do you think he may be having the rapture of the
saw
deep?
things like this in the academy.
Perhaps you should go and check it out.
Oh, I don't think so.
This is most peculiar. Oh, it seems as if he's ready to come back on shipboard. So we turn the pressurized hatch. And he is back on the shipboard. How are you? Count to 3. He cannot count.
1, 2, 3.
Well, it seems that he has a slight touch of the rapture, but not the real thing.
I saw things down there. I saw things I cannot describe.
We can see them from here.
No, you cannot. It's not the same. You have to be there to know. You have to be underwater with them. They're impossible to understand. I'm going to have to spend a lot more time studying them.
Well, perhaps you would care to take a look at this, Ensign Rupp.
Next.
Get on your diving gear and perhaps...
I don't think so.
Please don't let him go.
I don't think it's safe down there.
Please don't let
I'm
him
scared
go.
of those monsters.
Please don't let him go.
They are calling to us from the confines of the ocean floor.
Tie us to the mast. We have to get tied
This
to
is
the
a very
mast.
strange occurrence. I'm sure the sponsors won't
I
like
can't go
this.
down.
Calling me back. They're
Put
calling
on,
back.
Ensign Granet, put on a mask if you please. And
Calling back. I can't.
fix these tanks.
I can't.
These have been newly charged. Here, go into the... Go and check
I'm
it out
going
for
back
us.
down.
Oh, Ensign Klein is going back into the drink. Perhaps we can maneuver the bathysphere into a slightly better position. position from which to observe this event.
Throw away your air tank. Throw away your air tank. Throw them away. Throw away your air tank.
I am afraid that they're eating him. What do you make of this?
Let's bring him back. He's getting too far away from us. Let's bring him back.
This is amazing. Never in my television ocean-going career have I seen such events as this. What do you make of that big one with the light socket? The function of the strange luminescence. He is returning to the ship.
My dreams are so powerful sometimes.
Why did you listen to me?
My dreams are just so strong.
Give that man a shot of Demerol. Yes.
Anyone have a map?
I'm afraid that we are going to have to put those two on leave. All I have here is a regulator and a mouthpiece. Merveilleux.
I begin to discern. I begin to desire. There, a hired hand.
Let me maneuver into position, and perhaps we can get a word from one of them with the shipboard microphone. Spitch, would you care to spitch with us?
To the beach, down 30, 40, 50 pounds underwater. You don't need your airplane.
Pause in our program and see what this is all about.
Where'd he go? Where? Robert, you better talk to this crew. They're getting really rowdy.
The Labor Relations Committee is concerned that citizens are not exercising their right to. The Labor Relations Committee is concerned that citizens are not exercising their right to strike. Therefore, we urge all citizens to take decisive action. When you see a picket line, tell your chauffeur to stop nearby. Get out of the car, get out of that limousine, and walk directly to the nearest striker, preferably a small one. This will be your opponent. Strike your opponent firmly by the right shoulder. Then raise your right arm back. Classic
Yes.
squash service position. The ballet training may adopt the fourth position. Thank you. Make sure your hand is flat, open, fingers extended, and squeeze tightly together. Then bring hand down so that your opponent is struck smartly across the left cheek. That's where piccos bleed. Follow through, leave your opponent speechless, which is, after all, the desired result. If your automobile is too long to fit into the available parking spaces, or if you have an urgent appointment at your club, or if you've just learned that your yacht is sinking, you could save time by the drive-through. You will need an umbrella, cane, crutch, or similar long, rigid object. Ask the chauffeur to lower the power window nearest to the smallest striker and hold your rigid object out through the window, making sure that it is braced against the window frame. Then tell the driver to gun it. Remember your seat nearest. Remember, the thing is, this knocked down dead. Happy striking.
How do I get back to Atlantis? How do I get back? Let me back now.
I'd like to have a big hand for our band, Virginia Piersol, Carol Parkinson, and Ellen Cooper on the sax.